altered her quinceañera dress, not wanting to waste money on something new, on something that would put her even more fully in the spotlight. She didn't want to appear garish in front of the other girls from Eden, this expanse of unincorporated land upstream from Brownsville on the north bank of the yellow-brown sludge of the Rio Grande. Aragon had refrigerator-sized blocks of shrink-wrapped cash stacked in various structures around his compound, so many that he had to pay teams of men to rotate them so they wouldn't rot or wind up chewed to a pulp by rats. And yet, Angelina preferred to alter a 3-year-old gown so as not to show anyone up, even wearing a shawl draped over her shoulders and hanging down her front side to dress down further. He'd offered her Mexico City, New York, or Paris for the venue, and she'd chosen the community center right here at home. Tissue paper decorations, and a buffet served up by Arnulfo and Hortensia, the rickety couple who owned the local taqueria and needed the business. Aragon sat at the most prominent table with his aunt, who'd been both mother and father to him since poverty killed his parents shortly after his birth in a Hidalgo County regional hospital. Mama from an undiagnosed bladder infection. Papa from a knife in the kidney when he'd tried to stop a fight behind a Whataburger in Corpus Christi. The band was in inadvertent uniform, alligator belly boots, sapphire cowboy shirts, bedazzled vests, true blue jeans, and of course giant oval belt buckles featuring bucking broncos or Indian chief heads, or bullshit family crests cranked out at the mall gift shop in McAllen. With the faintest flare of a hand, Aragon conveyed his wishes across the dance floor. At the tiny movement, the lead singer stopped mid-chorus, the music severed with guillotine finality. The singer mopped his forehead with a hanky, nodded to his compatriots, and the band struck up a norteño number. The notes of the wheezing accordion nourished Aragon's very genes. At the musical detour, Angelina stopped dancing with her friends to set her arms akimbo and frown at her father with mock frustration. Then she broke into that life-affirming smile, impossibly symmetrical, impossibly wide, the smile of her mother Belicia, who should be here at Aragon's side rather than languishing in her bedroom. Angelina flipped her high heels aside, and the men clapped and cheered, and the women trilled, and she was twirling and gliding, her lush brown curls washing across her eyes, gold locket bouncing just beneath her sparkle-dusted collarbones. A number of boys surrounded her and clapped, but none dared ask her to dance. Not with Aragon under the same roof, overseeing the festivities with stern paternalism and an aquiline profile worthy of a coin. And certainly not with his men stationed around the perimeter, hands crossed at their belt buckles, jackets bulging at the hips. The young men held their ground respectfully, waiting in hope for her to choose her partner for the waltz. Slumped bonelessly in a chair at the periphery, the Esposito boy watched from beneath his mother's wing. 12 years old, with ankle-foot orthoses bowing out his sneakers on either side. His arms, wrapped in elbow prophylactic braces, were splayed wide as if anticipating a hug. Last year, Aragon had him flown to the cerebral palsy clinic at Cook Children's in Fort Worth so he could be neuro-imaged and fitted with carbon fiber prosthetics. Angelina slowed, calves fluttering in place, hips swaying, her movements tasteful if not chaste. Her focus swiveled to take in her options. The young men encircling her were peacocking, showing off their best moves, their best faces, their eyes shiny and eager. But she looked right through them all to Nico Esposito. Then she drifted to the boys' table, the crowd parting. When she crouched in front of him, his distorted face lit up with joy. She took his hands and helped him to his feet. Walking